No, you saw me. He was like, "Hey."
No, let me tell
He
you.
was like, "Hey, sexy." I was
no,
like,
that is not what happened.
I was like, they must be talking about me. I just looked over.
No.
And then sure enough, of course, she was looking me dead in my eye, drooling and shit. She had a little dribble
No,
coming
listen.
down right here.
Hold on, wait a second.
Dribble.
That is not what happened. In this video, we're gonna talk about something that we have been asked about so much, which is how we met. Which I think that, you know, you should, for one, subscribe so you can see more of our great videos. And also, you might want to grab like some snacks because this story is gonna be kind of
It's gonna be kind of good.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Okay, but we're gonna tell how we met. Like our first interactions, and then like how we actually like got together, because that is kind of, we didn't like meet and then just get together.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into it.
I'm gonna start it off.
Okay.
So what had happened was, you know, way back when, I ain't gonna say no years, I ain't gonna say no times.
Why? Back in 2011? Why is it a secret?
It's not, I'm just playing. Anyway, back in 2000 and, no, before that, it had to be back in 2009, 10, I can't even remember exactly when.
I don't remember that.
But I saw Jessica at the library. I was actually kind of talking to somebody at that point in time.
Kind of?
Yeah, because it was towards the end of that relationship. That was going down the drain. But anyway, that's another story for another day. I saw Jessica in the library. She worked, at the computer lab. Jessica worked at the computer lab. And
where at?
I ain't gonna say, no, I'm just playing. Western Michigan University.
Why is it a secret? Just tell the story.
I'm just playing, damn, shut up.
You get on my nerves.
Anyway, it was at the computer lab, Western Michigan University. She was working there. I was with somebody at the computer lab that day, and that person knew Jessica. So they said hi. They kind of introduced us, but not really. I still don't think I didn't catch your name that day.
Yeah,
No,
because
I didn't catch your name
if
that
he's
day.
talking about the person, are you talking about the person you were with?
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, so
No, I'm just saying I didn't catch your name that day.
right, but
I didn't get we weren't formally introduced. So
right,
what happened was.
But the thing was, I didn't care. I didn't care who he was because his ex-girlfriend, I knew her, and she wasn't my friend, but like I knew her well enough to where if I was like into her boyfriend or something, it'd be kind of weird.
Right, and I mean, I wasn't disrespectful or anything like that. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh. But I did notice her. I'm like, okay, well,
I didn't notice
she's
him.
attractive. And then we were at the end of our relationship, to be honest with you. Me and this last person did not get along very well at this point in time in history. So, you know, it was just like, things were going downhill. And it was what it was. So, but anyway, I saw her that day. I was introduced to the idea that she existed that day. And I think it was maybe 3-6 months later, me and this person were not together at all anymore. And there was another guy that I knew that knew her, that I had talked to her before. So I'm like, okay, well, you know, bro, who is this? What's her name? You know? What do you know about her? You know, what's going on? Is she talking to anybody? What's going on? So he told me what her name was, and what happened? I think by that time you were already gone.
Yeah, so I went in 2010, which I don't remember the 2009 he talking about because he was like kind of stalking me, and like I did not notice him. Actually, I did notice him the one time I told you. I seen him one time, but I thought
SEENT.
the girl that we were referring to, she lived in my dorm. And so I seen him one time and I thought that she was, I seen
you seen it in me.
I seen him like one time that I remember, and I didn't know that he actually went to the school, and I thought maybe he was her brother. I don't know. So then, yeah. So in 2010, I had left Kalamazoo, which is where Western is, and I went to Florida to work at Disney World. And then this guy was really like on stalker alert. Yes, you were.
I bust a few tricks, you know what I'm saying? I used my resources, okay?
Tell them what you did.
What I did, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to this because you got people
Back
out there
in the day, you know,
doing a lot of different things online. The Tinders of the world, I don't even know, it's probably about 50 types of Tinder-like apps these days. But anyway, all I did was I saw her on Facebook, I Facebook chatted her, and there was a guy from my high school. Now mind you, I'm from Chicago, she's from Detroit. So there was a guy from my high school who was down at the Disney program. So I'm like, this is my way to start a conversation. So I used my resources and I chatted her on Facebook, and I asked her about this guy if she knew who my homeboy was.
And I thought, weirdo. I'm all the way in Florida. There's like 10,000 people, I don't know, that are in this program with me. Hold on. There's like so many people in this program, yet you like ask me about somebody who lives in my building. Like
that made it even better.
No, that sounds like he was stalking me.
That made it perfect. That made it perfect because that cracked the conversation open. I had no clue that he lived in the building. I just knew
he lived upstairs from me.
I went to high school with him. Upstairs. He was a year younger than me. I saw that he was in the Disney program. We used to play ball together back in the day. He was in the Disney program, and then I asked her about it via Facebook chat at that time. So she told me, yes, you know, he lives in my building.
All the 10,000 people.
He plays basketball in my complex sometimes. I'm like, perfect. Got conversation going at that point in time. Boom, it was Murder, She Wrote.
No, hold on.
Well, it didn't go that easy.
It didn't go that easy.
But I was in there though, like swimwear though.
He would chat me. And I chat him back, but I'm like, what does this guy want? You know, like those random people that just like, hey girl, what's up? That was him. So I just like respond because I'm nice and stuff. So I was like, oh hey, like, and then he's asking me about Disney, and then he told me that I should come home early. For what? I don't even know you.
But you was thinking about it anyway. You told me you was thinking about coming home early, and your mama told you.
Early. You should listen to your mom. Boom. You should come back.
Played on that, even though she didn't come home early. But
I didn't come home early. It wouldn't have worked out if I came home early. It's always
good to kind of get on, like, agree with the mama type of thing, I guess. I don't know.
Well then, so that was like I was at Disney for 7 months. So from the beginning of the summer until like January. And then by that time he forgot about me. He was like, forget her.
400 miles away, so I'm like, you know what? No, actually probably further than that. 1,000 miles away.
Yeah.
From Orlando to Kalamazoo, I don't even know what the distance is. But anyway,
it was far.
So I was like, you know what? Fine, whatever.
So then this is where, you know, fate comes into the picture.
Yep. And that's when people start to realize that they had a good thing in front of them the whole time.
Whatever. So I was at a bar. Well, no. I had just
I was at a bar.
Okay, you were at the bar. Okay, he was at the bar.
Because I was going to that bar while you was in Florida. So I was at my spot.
Okay, he was at the bar.
It was a Thursday night. Thirsty Thursdays.
You remember the night?
Yeah, that's the only time I ever went to that bar.
Oh, I didn't know.
Anyway, it was, what was it, Wayside? It was Wayside.
No, it wasn't.
No, I'm sorry, it wasn't Wayside. It was Waldo's.
Yeah.
It was Waldo's. They had them Thirsty Thursday pictures, $7. Ooh-wee. They used to always make you sick, but they used to always be good at the beginning, in the middle, but the end was always bad. But anyway, It was Thursdays, $7 pitches at Waldo's. Me and some of the homies was up there. I think we was watching a basketball game or something.
I don't know what y'all was doing.
It was in April because you had just turned 21.
I had just turned 21.
So at the end of the NBA season, actually, yes, I think it was right there.
Nobody cares about
somebody cares about winning. So anyway, it was like going into the playoffs. If you can't
tell, I don't care for sports.
Yeah, whatever. But anyway, it was going into the NBA playoff season, so we was up there watching the game and whatnot. She was there with somebody that she was talking to.
I had a situation.
Yeah, you had a crazy situation, but that's another story for another day.
That I may tell, or maybe not.
You probably shouldn't. But anyway, that's on you.
Okay, go.
This is your YouTube page at that point in time. I ain't got nothing to do with this. Is Jessica. Not Jessica Ahmad.
Okay.
You saw me. He was like, hey.
No, let me tell you.
He was like, hey, sexy. I was
no,
like,
that is not what happened.
I was like, they must be talking about me. I just looked over.
No.
And sure enough, of course, she was looking me dead in my eye, drooling and shit. She had a little dribble coming down right here.
Hold on, wait a second.
Dribble.
That is not what happened.
Dribble.
So
Dribble.
Ahmad. So I don't even know how I remembered you because I never remember like his face while I was chatting with him.
You don't remember?
No. So the camera cut off. So when I turned 21, I started going to the bars, and like it was still in April. I had just turned 21. I was in the bar and I seen this guy, and I went up to him and I just remember your phone. I remember saying, "Oh my God, you're my Facebook friend." Now that sounds so corny, but I was like, "Oh my God, you're my Facebook friend." So then he was like, yeah, like I gave you my number. And I was like, oh, yeah. I don't really have that anymore.
Yeah, but at that point in time, you knew.
But I got that number. I got that number that day. And I saved
you knew you should have saved that number. You knew you should have saved it from day one after you had seen me in person.
You're right, but
maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was that you didn't see me in person.
Maybe it was that you were with somebody.
I wasn't with somebody. How
was I supposed to know? I didn't even know you. I should have asked somebody about you.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
I asked somebody about you.
What?
It ran down the whole scoop.
Anyway.
That one guy that you was talking to told me that was over. Told me that they didn't know who he was talking to at that point in time.
Nobody did.
So, therefore, you have to ask questions.
That's how we met. So we started like text messaging and all of that stuff. Mm-hmm. And then he invited me out for our first date, mm-hmm. which was like 2 weeks later. I'd say like 3 weeks later after I seen him in the bar.
Right.
So.
Go ahead.
No, first, before we went on our first date, I seen him at another bar. And do you know that he had the nerve to ask me to come back to his house and I didn't even know who he was? No. And you know what I said? Yes, we had not went on a date.
No. Let me explain how that happened.
And I was like, no, thank you, sir. I don't even know you. I am not that kind of girl.
She was drunk. Okay.
I was not drunk.
Just keep it 100. You were a little tipsy.
A little tipsy.
Like,
I did say, do you think you'll drive my car? But I was just flirting. I didn't really want him to drive my car.
I'm so drunk right now and I can't drive home, so you think you can drive my car?
I was like, sure, why not? You know, I'll take you home, you know.
Or you could just come back to my house.
You know, just I'll crash on the couch. You could have the bed. I'll change the sheets.
He didn't say all of that. No, he didn't.
I was like, I'll, wake up in the morning, make you breakfast. What do you like, pancakes or waffles?
No, he didn't say that. No, I said, no thank you, sir. I'm okay. I can drive myself home. And then minutes later, he calling me like, oh, do you think you want to come over? And I was like, no, I think I'm going to go home. I don't remember that. Yes, I remember that.
I remember that. My phone was dead at the end of the night.
No,
you lying.
He's lying. But anyway, after that, like a couple weeks after that,
I was trying to make sure you were safe anyway.
We went on our first date.
And let me tell you what happened. So we were supposed to go to the movies, which we did go to the movies.
At like, let's say 1.
Whatever.
Or 2.
Whatever,
or
just
like
whatever. Okay, so we'll say 1 o'clock just to let you know how this played out.
Yeah.
So 1 p.m. in the afternoon, we were supposed to be there. The movie may have started at like 1:15, 1:20. So I'm sitting in the lobby of the movies.
You were not at the movies yet.
No. I was at the movies. I was waiting at the movies for about a half
When
hour.
I changed the time though, you weren't at the movies.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So yeah, she changed the time. She pushed the time back. So okay, so movie was supposed to be at 1-ish, 1:15.
I needed a little extra
but she
time.
needed a little bit of extra time, okay? So we're gonna get into why in a second. So I'm like, okay, cool, you know, do you. It's our first date. I wanna make sure everything is right. You know, that's fine. Take the time that you need. Obviously, let's still go out. But you know, we'll catch a later flick. So that time passes. And did you do it twice?
No, I only did it one time.
Okay, she only did it one time. So we moved the movie time back to say 3 o'clock. So movie starts at 3. Okay. I'm at the movies at 2:45.
Being so early, who comes that early to
I'm just saying, I want to make sure we get there, we get some popcorn, we get a good seat. The movie starts at 3 o'clock.
I like to get there at 3:15.
I like the previews.
I hate the previews.
I love the previews.
I'm like,
she
it
wants to miss
starts
the
at
previews.
3. Great.
She wants to miss the
3:15.
first 10 minutes of the movie itself. That's what type of stuff you be on. But anyway, so I'm there like 2:45. I'm like, okay, we're gonna get some popcorn, we're gonna get some to drink, some, you know, maybe play a game or two that be in the lobby, some pinball, who knows. So she don't show up until about 30 minutes after the movie started. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? So I call a couple times. She's like, okay, I'll be there in a second. I wait in the lobby, and then you finally show up. Now, you was looking cute. You know, you had your little, she was looking like a naughty schoolgirl with the glasses on and like a little shawl or something like that. I
was trying to be so proper.
Yeah, she looked, I mean, but you look cute though. Okay. So we get in there and we watch the movie. You know, we flirt a little bit during the movie. We talk.
But 2 years later.
2 years later.
After we're together.
Yeah, I find out that
I changed the time. Okay, I should tell it because I'm the one who did it. But I changed the time because I did not know him. And my ex-boyfriend, who I wanted to get back with, but he was just not wanting me. So.
Really? Now the truth comes out. Yeah,
so he right after we were, you know, it was getting close to the time that we were supposed to go to the movies, and he texted me and he said like, hey, you know, like I think that maybe he was starting to like me, not like me again, but have interest, like, okay, maybe this will work. So he made me dinner and he invited me over. So I was like, shoot, I'm about to eat my dinner, go see him real quick. Then I'm going to the movie.
Just like your damn mama.
So I changed the date or the time so that I could go eat because somebody made me dinner and I'm not going to turn down that food. But then when I got to his house, he thought that I was going to stay longer. And I was like, you know what? This food was good, but I got to go.
Hey, shit.
Okay, so that's what happened with our first date. But I didn't tell him until 2 years later, so it was a good date because he didn't know. And that was okay because I was like, I wasn't going there, you know. I really liked, after the first date, I really liked him. And I just had a lot going on. You know, before him, like, I was like, not out there. Like, I wasn't, not in a sexual way. But I like.
Got something you want to tell me on camera right now?
No, shut up. I like just dated several people at one time. And so he came in and he was Mr. Charming. And I was like, you know what? You have just. He kind of made me just forget about everybody else. Like, he was the person to come along and just make me realize that I didn't want to be I didn't want to be a player. I wanted to hang up my player card.
Took that little
check
G
it
card. Took your little pimp card, your little G card. Throw that thing up.
Yeah, he definitely.
It was gone.
And obviously, eventually he put the ring on it, got the baby, and everything.
Where your ring at? You got your ring on?
Of course.
I don't have my ring on, but
he has one.
I have a ring.
And then, yeah, like after our first date, we talked almost every day up till now.
And I was a gentleman, because like when we first got together, you used to, we pretty much spent every day together for like the first month.
And beyond.
And
like,
beyond that.
I think like for forever.
Yeah, but anyway, we spent
Till
a lot
now,
of, we spent a lot of time together. She would come over. She would always go home very late. It'd be like 12 o'clock.
It could be 2. And I was like, I'm going home.
But yeah, it could be like 2 o'clock to maybe 3 o'clock, and she'd be like, I'm going home. And mind you, at that time, she lived with a family that she was nannying for. So, you know, I'm like, okay, well, you don't have to go in all late. You can stay here. I'll promise you I won't touch you. Just like that first night when you thought I was trying to drive you home and do the dancing thing. I promised her I wasn't going to touch her. She could sleep in the bed. I would even sleep on the couch, whatever. And I didn't touch her. The first time she actually did stay, I did not try anything.
And that's when I knew, yes, he is the one for me. I'm gonna marry that man because he didn't sleep with me. But no, really, like after that day, I was like, he cool. Like I really like him. And then
before the whole staying over the first time, she had went to Louisiana for a week to visit her grandfather. Her and her sister. And did your mama go too? No, so her and her sister. So she went down to Louisiana, Lake Charles, to visit her grandfather. And while she was there, did we FaceTime or talk?
I mean, we talked every day. Like we talked all day.
Did they have FaceTime at that point? No, they did. I think
they did.
That was in 2000.
Back in the day.
Right back 5 years ago. You know, way back when.
I think that's what it was like. It was new though.
Well, yeah, it was brand new and it probably wasn't as quick and fast as, I mean, internet has changed. Anyway, technology has changed. Technology has changed a lot over the last 5 years. But, yeah, so we FaceTime and she was like, you know, maybe we should try out like a trial relationship.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that, but
like, okay, what does that consist of? Because I haven't had sex or anything, you know. So she's like, well, we just do things.
Everything that people in a relationship.
Do things that people in relationships do.
You just flow with it.
Yeah, and just try it out, see how it works. I'm like, okay.
He was up for it. This sounds so corny now.
Okay, my man. But you see from my face, I was like,
okay.
And then we did it, and
when I came back, we both took it serious. Like we act like we were a couple. So we just kind of did everything that couples do, and that was the first time we, you know,
and then,
broke the seal.
You know, she came back, and then all that other stuff happened with the sleeping over and me not touching her. And
the first time you didn't.
Eventually, I touched her, and she liked it, and you know. But yeah, so I mean that's pretty much so it, man. That's how we met. That's how we ended up together. Yeah. And then 5 years later, here we are with a baby and
married and happy. I love you.
I love you too, man.
Yeah, and that is. Don't wipe off my kisses.
Well, I'm wiping off that nasty stuff you got on your lip. Ooh, I'm too fast for you. Oh.
Well, yeah, that is our story. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, tell us what your favorite part was.
Down below. And also let us know if y'all have any ideas for us to, you know, make videos about, whatever the case.
Yeah, whatever you want.
Topics.
And I know that this one is long overdue, but we have more coming for you. Don't worry. And yeah, this was fun. So we are excited to do more videos like this so you guys can get to know us and kind of get the backstory about us, learn our personalities, our likes and dislikes, and just who we are. And yeah, and that's our story. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye. See you.
Bye.